Hello there guys, and welcome to yet another video on our SEPA channel. What we're going to present today is gonna be the navigation app called TomTom. Now this is the icon for TomTom. You're gonna find it on on a Play Store. Also you'll be able to find it most probably on iOS. Looks like I do have a 5 days trial period, so when you are first downloading it, you do get a total of 30 days, and after that you're gonna pay like £12 or something like that. So it's gonna even up to about look, £12.99. That's for the 12 months period. So it's a one-time off payment, and the subscription most probably is gonna be renewed each year. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I still can use it for free. Right, so this is how it looks like. The app itself, the map itself, it looks quite neat, to be honest. It's quite pleasant for the eye, and the way you navigate it, it's pinch, zoom in, zoom out. It's pretty much the same thing as you do on Google Maps. Let's just set up a destination so we can start in checking it out. Right, let's go to Grimsby city center. Yes, so after you choose the destination, you click on drive, and then you're gonna have here how many miles you have and around what time you're gonna get there. Click on drive, boom, same thing as in Google Maps. You can still navigate whilst the journey is set it on the map, so you can see your journey. Again, you can zoom in, zoom out, see the destination and stuff like that.
You will arrive at your destination at 13:37.
It's just gonna go back to the preview mode for you to drive. On the right side, you will see, let's call it a timeline. So it's the journey itself, and it actually tells you a few stuff. As an example, if you have a gas station on the road, and you can click on it, and then you can choose it, and you will be able to add as a stop, so you can go ahead and drive there. Let's just click add on stop, and it's just gonna add it towards the journey. A second thing that I want to show you is the fact that you do have the option to see exactly where cameras are. Yeah, so once you click on the camera, you see exactly what is the speed limit and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and actually drive for a little bit. Same thing as Google Maps. In case you go into a wrong road, of course it will adjust itself. It's gonna adjust the route, and you will be able to go on the right route. What I really love the most about this one is the fact that you have the same option that you have on Waze. The fact that it tells you what is the limit speed. Now, what I tend to see in the past almost 1 month that I use the app is the fact that it's quite accurate. The only road that wasn't really signaled right was between Manchester and Liverpool, but the reason being is that road was always like, it has works on it and stuff like that. But the good part is that at least it gave me the lower speed limit instead of the high speed limit. So usually on that road, because it's a highway, you have 70 miles per hour, but TomTom was saying that you have a 50. To be honest with you, most of the times you had 50 indeed, again, because there were works on the road. But apart from that, I haven't seen any issue. And the good part is that the speed limit, it changes as soon as the speed limit changes, in the meaning when you have the sign with the speed limit, when it goes, let's say, from a 30 to a 40 or vice versa, it changes on spot. What I tend to see on both on Waze and also on Google Maps is that they actually have a delay. And being honest with you, I actually got a fine because of that delay. But I guess it is what it is. So this one is much more trustworthy. There is a reason you're paying a price for it, but £13 for 1 year, I would say, is not too expensive. Look, So it tells you exactly how many miles you have currently, and also it tells you what is the limit that you have. Now the good part about this one, it's also if you have your phone connected to Bluetooth. Let's see, source is Bluetooth. So if you keep your phone connected to Bluetooth, when you're going to be quite close to a camera, hopefully we will be able to record this. When you're going to be close to a camera, it's gonna signal it, and you're gonna have like a weird noise, like an alert telling you that you're gonna have to double check your speed, making sure you have the proper speed. So it's a good way in which you will be able to both drive safe, make sure you are going to get the right address in the best time, and also trying to avoid as much as possible getting fined, which, to be honest, you know, there is no reason in getting a fine since the limits in UK are quite decent anyway. 70 miles per hour at the moment, it's one of the best ones. Now from these icons in here, if you see the first icon in here is pointing north. I don't know, it's very useful for most of you guys because most probably doesn't really matter, but it's nice to know exactly the way you are actually positioned on the world map. The second one is the alerts and sound notification icon, and what it does, it actually allows you to change it. So you can mute it, no alerts. You can unmute it, so you know it's gonna tell you when you have to turn left or right. Right, so in the settings we should be able to have an option in which we can choose if maps and display. So you have the maps in here. You have to download the maps. Again, it's not the same thing as on Waze or Google Maps. You have to actually download the apps before. UK, as an example, England, it's divided in like northern and southern England and stuff like that. Europe is gonna have Euro map per country.
So after 300 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, West Bawtry Road.
Well, that was it.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit. Then, at the end of the road, turn right.
Right, so the apps, we have them here. You can update them, you can download them and stuff like that. Then we have the night and day colors, if you want to have it just on night or on day, or if you want to switch automatically. I mean, to be honest with you, it kind of makes sense to leave it on switch automatically, just because it gives you a more comfortable light during daytime and nighttime. And let's see what else we have. Show on map. So you have the options in the right side, the line guidance on motorways. This is an option that I haven't seen it on Waves, Google Maps. Alerts only, it's just gonna tell you exactly when you are going to have a speed count. Alright, so the map and display, this is where you're going to find the options to customize your app, what you actually see when you are using it. Updates and the maps which are updatable, so you can update them. As an example, I have Great Britain and Ireland. I also have the ferry connections to Europe. Great Britain and Ireland, UK Central, UK North. I should go ahead and update it, by the way. If you want to add another map, you just search it and you will be able to add it. Yeah. Show on map are the options that you can actually see on the map itself, so you can see the street that you are currently on, and if you want to use the lane guidance on motorways, which is quite of an interesting one. On sidebar, so you have the icons that are going to be shown on the right sidebar in here. So you have parking, petrol station stops, rest areas, toll zones, and everything like that. Yeah. And it's the options to see on the right side here, which is pretty much like the journal, sort of speaking. Only thing that you are going to also find a little bit useful is going to be the routing option, the preferred route type. If you want to avoid something, as an example, let's avoid motorways going further. And if you've seen on the background, actually it changed the route. and the rerouting, if it's going to be automatically, manually, or just never. If it's manual, it's going to ask before rerouting. But to be honest with you, there is no really reason to leave it on manual or never, I will say. But yeah, pretty much these are the options that I mostly used. More than that, I haven't actually seen anything worth it mentioning, sort of speaking, in that aspect, because at the end you only want to know what's the speed limit, what's the fastest route, and if you have anything that you have to keep in mind on the right side. And what I find very interesting is the fact that it shows you the petrol stations. It will be a nice addition, I guess, for electric cars, if they are going to have the option to add also for electric cars, like a menu, you know, in which you can see where are the EV stations located. I guess that's going to be a good addition. Apart from that, there is nothing really much that is going to be, let's say, useful to be added. Oh, except one thing that hopefully, you know, somebody's gonna look into it. So there is no way in which you can change the position of the speed limit where it's located on the app. For me, as an example, it would be very useful. So if I was able to change it and move it across the screen somewhere on the top left or right or something like that. But apart from that, yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you guys found it useful. And I will say the best way in which you can see exactly if this app is for you or not will be to actually use it. It's free for the first 30 days anyway, so it's not like you're going to use you know, you're gonna have to pay some money to actually use it. And I will say you may as well, you know, make the most of it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, post them on the comments below. We're going to answer all of them as fast as possible. And of course, if you have any tips, tricks, or if you want to suggest a video for a review, please make sure you're gonna comment below.